Hi everyone, my name is Gail Shirey and I'm going to be working with you this semester for this particular course. And welcome. I'm excited about meeting all of you soon in the introduction forum. This is an online class and it is run asynchronous, which means we do not have any scheduled or required live sessions. Everything is built into our course Moodle page. And as long as you meet due dates, you can work at your own pace whenever you want in completing items within those due date frames. So that doesn't mean that we can't meet live. I have been teaching here at SMC for probably 15 years. And one of my favorite things is interacting with students. And although we are online, that doesn't mean we don't interact. We can certainly talk via Zoom. Zoom is kind of a virtual way to interact. It is similar to Google Meet or FaceTime on your phone. Zoom is free. You can download on your phone or your computer. And shortly, I'll show you where I have hot links, my office times where we can interact live every week if you want. You can also talk with me live via phone. And so make sure you send me your phone number and we'll email back and forth to make sure we have an agreed upon date and time. And then I'll just talk with you on the phone as well. The other thing I want to just really encourage you with is because it's an online class, that does not mean you are not participating. It is a heavy participation and you should be expecting to interact with Moodle multiple times each week, either for assignments, discussions, readings, all of those kinds of things. So online does not mean not engaged. It is not a passive. It is the other item I want to kind of give you a heads up right away on is that we are in summer session. Summer session has a shorter timeline than a regular semester. And so, for example, fall semesters are 15 to 16 weeks with final exams. And so a spring semester, but summer semester is only 10. So we have a lot less time, but we still have all the same content. So the summer session is a bit intense and you're going to see a heavier workload. So plan and prepare for that in your schedules so that you don't get behind. Pay attention to those due dates because it will quickly snowball and then you'll get discouraged. And so if you just stay on top of things, if at any point you have trouble or you're having issues, just feel free to reach out, either email, like I said, or we can make a Zoom appointment or just pop into my office hours, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So you may refer to me either as Professor Shirey or Gail. That's my first name. You are welcome to call me by my first name. I'm fine with instructor Shirey. Any of those are fine with me. So I don't really have a preference. Whatever you are comfortable with is fine with me. Okay, so I want to take a minute and show you some things on our Moodle page to get you acclimated a little bit. Now, on navigation, I guess, some navigational aspects. So on our Moodle page, one of the items that I want you to pay attention to is the modules. So right away in the center, what you're going to see is there are 3 that are available to you right away at the start of the course, and then some are hidden. What happens is I will open them as we progress. So I will be opening approximately 2 modules every week. So this is our beginning of the semester. So for the first week, it will be 2 modules. And the third is the start here. So this is the one I really want you, which hopefully you've already found if you're watching this video, the start here course orientation. And this is where you started. Start here. You're watching this video right now. I have a little blurb about me, meet my instructor, just some general information about me, overview of the course, the syllabus. This is a very important document. Make sure you pay very close attention to it. A lot of important information there. Our general schedule, the course map. What that is this is how all of the objectives align with our assignments. In other words, you don't do anything within this course without a purpose. And that helps you line up and see how things are linked, why I do certain things, or why you have certain assignments, what they're helping you build on. And there's a lot of other items in here too. So basically, what you can do as you go through items is these boxes allow you to track your progress. And you're going to see two kinds of boxes. The first is a dot or a dash. And then the other is a solid line box. Now the solid line box, you just simply click, you can self-check. You can just say, oh, I've looked at that, I'm done. But the dotted or dash, that means there's some criteria associated with it, which means you have to do something that I have determined you need to do in order for a check to appear in that box. So for example, it could be you just simply have to click into it and view it or read it. It could be that you have to submit something. Sometimes this check will not appear until I've actually graded an item. So the criteria varies depending on what it is. That's generally when I have assignments. When I have an assignment, that is when you often have to wait until I post a grade before you'll see a check of completion. But for example, in the Start Here course orientation section, quite often most of these are, hey, just I want you to take a look and view at them. So if I click in here, meet your instructor, okay, I'm gonna read this. Wow, she sounds like a fabulous person. Yahoo, great. And now you'll notice when we go back to our Moodle page, hey, it checked it off. So the only requirement was that you go in and read it. Quite often in resources, most of them are like that, but you'll notice some of them I just let you self-check, the solid boxes. You may self-check. Some of them, nope, I'm going to force you to go in, click, and at least make the attempt of reading them. Okay. So the Start Here course orientation, I want you to go through all of those items. And then the other part of navigation here is you'll notice on the side, there are two ways to get to modules. On the left-hand side, it'll list everything. So for example, the Start Here section, module 1, module 2 are available to you. There's also general resources available to you, but you'll notice the other ones are not. If you click on it, it will open. And then as I open things up to you and make them available, you'll see this list grow. The other way you can get to your modules is right in the center of the page. You just simply click on whatever's available. And of course, if nothing opens up, it means it's not available to you. The other navigation part I wanted to point out are support services. So over here on the right-hand column, when you click on this box, it's going to open in a new tab, and there is just a plethora of support services you're probably going to need. Now, the first time you go into this, it will ask you to self-enroll. It's just a simple click, enroll, you're good. And then the rest of the day, it will appear without you doing that. But you will have to kind of enroll every day. It kind of clears the cache at night. So we have supports for Moodle, support if you need technology. Maybe your computer's giving you some issues or you can't make your computer do something it needs to do. We have links if you go to the help desk. And so when you click on these, in this particular one, it clicks you to our main webpage. But then if you go through and you look, it will probably provide a link to the help desk. The other part of that is if you log into Wired, it will take you to the main Wired page, and then the help desk has a big box right on there where you can click. Maybe you just have your phone and you can't click on anything, then just call that number and ask to connect to the help desk. Okay. But anyways, each one of these open to other resources for you. And they're not all the same. So for example, the Carol A. Tate Learning Center, we have some videos that kind of explain it. Hey, how do you make an appointment? Those kinds of things. And then we also have a hot link to the appointment link itself. So when you click on that, it takes you right there. You just make a new appointment and you follow the prompts and you should be good. Okay, the other item over on the right-hand side is the accessibility bar. This is accessibility bar. This helps you, like if you want to enlarge print, if you want a different background color, maybe your eyes are hurting, you want to kind of change the shading. Those are for you to use if you wish. And then of course the all-important office hour box. Okay, this is what I referred to earlier. And I have 2 Zoom links embedded here for you. And during those days and those times, that's when that link is live. So you simply click on that link, and as long as you've already downloaded Zoom to either your phone or your computer, whatever you're using, it'll connect you and we will talk live back and forth. And you'll see me if you have a monitor, obviously, and I will see you if you have a webcam. If you don't have a webcam, I won't see you, but I will see your name. And so feel free to do that every week. I mean, these office hours are there. I am always there for them during our course. But if those times and days don't work for you, simply reach out to me, email me. I'll send you a separate Zoom link on a time and day that works for you. Maybe you're in the middle of a module and you're having issues with a particular draft and you want to talk with me about it. We want to do a conference. Just email me and say, hey, can you meet on Wednesday at 2 o'clock, whatever. Give me a couple options. But as long as it works with your schedule and my schedule, I'm happy to meet with you. And I'm usually fairly wide open if I don't have meetings or other obligations. So those are some important items. And you'll notice in each module, I want to kind of go back to the tracking progress. In each module, they have that tracking progress. So you'll notice in module 1, there are items, again, activities and assignments. In every module, there are activities and assignments. There's resources, activities, and assignments. The activities and assignments are graded items. These are all items that are going to be taken a grade on. One of the things I want to give you a caution on is always start with the overview. I usually give you a video, but not always. Sometimes it's just written. And then the task list tells you this is what's going to have to be done in the module. Always give you resources. These resources are meant to help you understand content and skills for what you need to do to complete these activities and assignments. So if you jump into an activity and assignment, you're like, oh man, I don't know what you need. How do I do it? Go back and take a look at some resources. There's probably something in there that was going to help you. The other item that I really want you to be aware of is within everything we've embedded. I've embedded a lot. So for example, that means there's hot links. In the task list, it says, hey, read this chapter from our textbook right there. Okay, well, that's a hot link to the textbook. So when you click on it, anything in green is usually a hot link. When you click on it, it's going to open and there is our textbook. Okay, and you just scroll to the page. And then when you are done, you come back to the Moodle page. Same thing for resources. In the resources, you're going to see some greens. And so when you click on these, that means it's going to take you to another resource about those items. Now be careful, sometimes it's kind of like a rabbit hole. You click, 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 and you're like, what? Where am I? Just remember, greens are hot links. We also do this in activities. So for example, in the introductions forum, one of the things I say right off the bat, make sure you review the discussion forum guideline. Be aware of that. So if you don't know what that is, or you missed it, or you didn't know where to find it, if you notice when I clicked on it, it downloaded, and I just open it up, and it will display the discussion guidelines for me. I can read them, be familiar with them. When I'm done, okay, now I go back. Okay, now I'm going to do my post, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. They are found through all assignments that way. So in the next assignment, you're going to also see choose any Believe essay from the I Believe website. So again, you're maybe asking yourself, how do I get to the website? Click on that hot link. It will take you directly to the website. Okay. And then you can complete and do your searching and reading. So be aware, those green items are hot links and they will take you to another thing. You just get back by doing the reverse arrow or the return arrow. Pay attention to due dates on everything. Due dates are always posted on the assignments. As a general rule, due dates for assignments are always Sundays by midnight. The exception to that are discussion forums. I expect you to post in discussions by Wednesdays at midnight, and then do all your replies before midnight on Sunday. So otherwise, if you forget, maybe you watch this video and 2 weeks later, you're like, when did she say everything was due? All you have to do is click into any assignment. It will always tell you when the due date and time is. So for example, in this assignment, here's the due date, Sunday, June 13th, 11:59 p.m. So be aware that they're all in each assignment. That's where you find the due dates for everything. I think that's it. I hope I have given you kind of an overview and that you found this helpful for you navigating Moodle and just kind of an overview of introducing to me. But I look forward to meeting each of you through the introduction forum, which is one of the first assignments in Module 1. And I look forward to reading them and getting to know you better. As always, reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Happy to help you this semester. Welcome to class.